Hello, this is Kevin Benedict, Senior Analyst with Digital Transformation at Cognizant, reporting live this week from Oracle's Open World 2014. Hello, my name's Kevin Benedict. I'm Senior Analyst for Digital Transformation at Cognizant, and I have the wonderful opportunity to be here with Lyle Ekdahl, who's the Senior Vice President of Development and General Manager for Oracle, J.D. Edwards.
Hey, Kevin, nice to be here with you today. Thank you so much for spending a little time with us.
Yeah, so it's not every year that you guys were focused this heavily on enterprise mobility.
No, this is an initiative for us that we started right around a year ago, and we set a goal for ourselves to deliver to the marketplace 100 mobile applications. We are now sitting at 57. This quarter we'll deliver another 8. That'll take us into the mid-60s, and we're well on our way by the end of the calendar year to have that 100 mobile apps.
Oh, that's awesome. So, in what areas are you guys really focused on delivering first?
Yeah. So our mobile strategy is really a three-pronged strategy, and it started with us delivering what we call companion applications. Now, J.D. Edwards is an enterprise resource planning software that's used in asset-intensive industries, manufacturing, distribution, project-based industries such as construction. And so what we were doing is taking our functionality and extending it to a native device, a mobile device, at the point of process. So think about people that are at the construction site. They've got to record their time. You know, time and labor is very important. Or they have to check in equipment. Another area that we've mobilized is our health, safety, and incident management application. So think at a job site in one of those kinds of industries, you can have accidents. Those can either be environmental or equipment-based, or actually to human beings. And so the ability to take the recording of the incident at the point of process and then allow that to be, you know, registered back to the ERP where it can be managed and reported on. So those are the kinds of areas that we've been mobilizing first. Then the second prong of our attack has been around what we call mobile first, which is really, okay, now that we have these devices and they have things such as GPS on them and cameras and other things, what new things can we do? What new things can we do for the ERP? How can we extend the ERP in the back end to do things we hadn't done before?
Got it. So are these pre-built, or do you give them, or do you create custom-build ones? How does that work?
That's a great question. So yeah, these are pre-built by us, although in our next release what we're going to do is we're going to deliver what's referred to as a mobile archive, and in that archive they'll be able to unbundle our functionality and our APIs and extend those, right, and then recompile it and deploy it normally on their own corporate app store is what they do, or they would have to then re-register and upload it to one of the existing app stores.
Got it. So talk to us about what those components look like.
The components that we deliver from an API perspective are really couplefold. We do use containers, so we have hybrid applications primarily for the pad-based devices, which are a little more full-featured, give more of the native look and feel of some of the J.D. Edwards capabilities, and that's done primarily through web services. And then the apps themselves, it's Java, it's JDev, and the APIs are REST. And using JSON.
So how important do you think this mobile initiative is to you guys at Oracle and J.D. Edwards?
Yeah, this is what I'll say. We've seen over the last several years that this is no longer a nice to have. That sort of existed 5 years ago, and then there were all these third-party proprietary solutions that were out in the market that extended ERP into the mobile space. This is now a must-have. Our customers are demanding that this really come from, you know, their core systems. We would refer to it as the operating system, right? They want that mobile capability there. In fact, one of our great customers is Granite Construction. There's a CIO over there that he made his whole bet on J.D. Edwards, a big J.D. Edwards deployment based on the fact that we had mobility. So yeah, it has become a gotta have, and it has to be central to that enterprise system.
Very good. So are you using the underlying mobile cloud service, or what are you using?
Yeah, so we are working with, we started with what was referred to as ADF Mobile, and that was just the development environment for Oracle. And we started, like I say, a year ago, and the evolution that we've seen there has been incredible. Chris Tonis, Suhar Olyer, those guys have taken this thing to a great new level. They now have something referred to as the Mobile Application Framework, or MAF, and that's what we're using. And so we use that as our development environment, as well as our security, our underlying mobile security, and that is both managing the applications as well as managing the devices. It's what gives us our cross-platform capabilities. So yeah, it's all about massive leverage, and with Oracle's MAF, we're getting massive leverage for my organization.
So what are you hearing from the customer base? Have they been asking for mobility for some time?
They have. They absolutely have. And again, it started with very simple things. Hey, I need a way to look up my inventory. I need a way to check my work order, right? What's my next work order? But it's starting to get a lot more sophisticated, and that's really where we're getting into sort of the third prong of our strategy here, and that is where mobility is intersecting with the industrial internet, or what some people refer to as the Internet of Things. So we have customers that we're working with today. Well, let me give you a quick scenario. Distributors of perishable goods, foods. Right? You'd be surprised how many of these trucks that we send out that are refrigerated trucks here in the United States or other parts of the world that aren't monitored, aren't censored. So they don't know if they've had a refrigeration failure. That can cost a distributor, right, millions and millions of dollars per year. So now what they want to do is they want to censor that container so they know when there's, a failure, right? They want that to interact through the telemetry with the ERP system, setting up a work order at a local shop, right, where then they send an SMS or a message or a text, right, of some kind, an email to the driver, right, to route him off his route, use the GPS to locate him at that service center so that they can fix the refrigeration and save their goods from spoiling.
So you're taking all this functionality that used to be reserved for on-premise, kind of on the desktop or in the cubicle,
it's no longer
moving it out to the field.
Yeah, it's no longer in the back office, right? Again, the world of ERP happens outside the four walls, is what I tell people. And so yeah, it's also about making sure you have good, role-based functionality. You don't want to give them the whole ERP. ERP can be pretty broad, it can be pretty deep. So just the features that individual needs, where they need them, and when they need them. It's really a contextual computing.
So Lyle, what platform are you guys kind of managing the Internet of Things within the Oracle and JD Edwards world?
Yeah, so we're working with the Oracle Fusion middleware to do that. In fact, there's a booth here, and there's been some joint sessions between JD Edwards and the Fusion middleware team, and we're just tapping into a lot of the standard-based sensors that are out there. Raspberry Pi has become very, very prevalent out there in the marketplace. And then I know that the Java guys are doing some embedded Java as well on some of the sensors. So yeah, it's really coming together for us here at Oracle.
So Lyle, let me just ask you this question. How important do you see enterprise mobility to the future success of Oracle?
I think it's critical. Billions of smartphones and tablets couldn't be wrong, right?
That's right. Well, with that, I want to thank you so much, Lyle, for sharing with all of us here at Oracle Open World in San Francisco in 2014. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it.